All right, let's dive into one of the most talked about pieces of tech out there right now, generative AI. We're going to pull back the curtain and see what it is, how it actually works, and most importantly, how you can start using it yourself. Let's get right to it.
Just think about it for a second. Have you ever had this incredible idea for a painting, or a story, or even a piece of music, but you just couldn't bring it to life? That power is no longer science fiction. It's here, and it's exactly what we're talking about today.
Okay, so what is generative AI, really? The biggest clue is right there in the name, generate. This isn't your typical AI that just analyzes data that's already there. Nope, this kind of AI creates and makes brand new things that have never existed before. At its very core, it's all about creating something from scratch. It works by studying a massive library of existing stuff. We're talking all the books, art, and music you can imagine. And then it learns the patterns, the styles, the relationships, and uses all that knowledge to whip up something totally original. And it's not just one thing. It's this incredibly versatile toolkit. You've got text generators like ChatGPT that can write a whole story for you. You have image tools like DALL-E or Midjourney that can turn your words into stunning art. You can even compose music or write chunks of computer code. The possibilities are just huge. I know, it can feel a little bit like magic, can't it? But trust me, it's not. So let's pop the hood and take a look inside to see how this creative machine actually thinks and learns to do what it does. It really boils down to a pretty simple three-step process. First, it gets trained. And I mean trained on a colossal amount of data. Then, and this is the key part, it learns the patterns. It's not just memorizing things, it's understanding the connections and the styles. And finally, based on everything it's learned, it starts making educated guesses about what should come next, building new content piece by piece. Here's a fantastic way to think about it. Imagine a painter who has spent their entire life studying thousands of masterpieces. They don't just go and copy a Monet, right? They've absorbed the styles of Monet, of Van Gogh, of Picasso, and now they can create something brand new that blends all those influences into their own unique style. That's pretty much what the AI is doing. When you get right down to it, it all comes down to probability. Generative AI is basically a super sophisticated prediction machine. If you give it a phrase like, "the sky is," it runs the numbers and calculates that the most likely next word is blue. It's kind of like the autocorrect on your phone, just on an infinitely more powerful and creative scale. So, if the AI is this powerhouse of creativity, how do you steer it? Well, you are the driver. And your steering wheel is something we call a prompt. A prompt is really just your set of instructions. Think of it like a creative seed that you plant. If you plant a clear, detailed seed, it can grow into something absolutely amazing. But if you plant a vague seed, well, you might just get a weed. And just look at the difference here. Write something about magic? What is the AI supposed to do with that? It's just way too broad. But then you write a short story about a brave girl who finds a magic stone. Boom. Now the AI has a character, a genre, and a specific plot point. It has direction. Always remember, the quality of what you put in directly shapes the quality of what you get out. So how do you write better prompts? It's really all about giving the AI clear directions. Don't be vague, be specific. Tell it the format you want, like write a poem or draft an email. Give it some context. If you want something funny, you have to tell it to be funny. The more detail you give it, the better your results are going to be. Okay, enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty and actually put this into practice. We're going to see how you can combine these tools to make something cool. Let's walk through a little mini project right now. So our goal is to create a simple one-sentence story that has a matching illustration. To pull this off, we're going to need two different types of AI, one for the text and another one for the image. First things first, we need our story. So we're going to ask a text-based AI to whip up a one-sentence story for us. And here's our prompt. It's simple, but it's specific. We've got a character, the young explorer. We've got a setting, a hidden cave. And we've got a key detail, glowing crystals. That's more than enough for the AI to work with. Okay, we've got our story. Check. Now we need the picture to go with it. So we'll give a very similar prompt to an image generator. But this time, we're going to focus on the visual details. See how this prompt just paints a picture with words? Ancient cave entrance, thick vines, mysterious light. These are the ingredients the AI is going to use to cook up our illustration. And just like that, by combining two simple prompts, you've created a tiny illustrated story. And that's really it. You now have the fundamental building blocks of generative AI. The tools are out there, they're easier to use than ever, and now you know the basic rules of the road. The AI is ready and waiting. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create first?